So let me so what it is this lady, she met this guy. Did you see the beginning? Did you see the beginning?
I saw what you
Did
sent
you,
to me when someone said
so you saw the beginning?
when the person came to change the tire and the person was very
Okay, so let me
tall and
quickly break it down then.
handsome
All right.
and
So here's what happened. So um she met this guy and at the beginning when she met him on the day they were going on their first date, she had a flat tire. He came and changed the thing, did everything, was very nice, and then they went on their date. As they were stepping into the date, he held hands with her. He was already doing lovey-dovey and everything. And she was enjoying him. She thought she was like, and she liked his appearance too. She thought he was good looking. And then she felt, oh wow, this is a gentleman. He gave her a nice time and all that. And as they continued to talk for about 2-3 weeks, she was enjoying his company. And then it was the COVID period, and they were like, "Okay, where are we going to quarantine? My place or yours?" He asked her, or I think she asked him, and he said, "Anyone is okay." You
after
know,
3 weeks.
yeah, after
Continue.
3 weeks. But just know that my company is trying. I just live. I live in a small studio, so if you're okay staying here with me, that's fine. And she said, "Oh, I live in and my company," because he told her where he worked, a very good paying job position company and all that. So he was comfortable, but that his company is in the process of getting him, I think maybe a new job, or they hadn't given him a house yet. They're in the process of getting him a house. And so she said, well, I already live in a 3-bedroom home. So why don't we quarantine at my place? She said she felt uncomfortable doing that because they had only known themselves for about 3 weeks. But he was so nice and everything. And she was like, okay, let's just do this. And he moved into her place. He was like, if you're fine with that, fine. So he moved into her place. And then the relationship continued. He was paying the bills. He was taking care of her, he was just like the perfect guy. He was so good. And then she got pregnant. And then they went to try to get a home. They went home shopping and all of that. And I think he made a down payment or something. He called the company in her presence. He made a down payment in her presence. He was talking about how much the company is going to, whatever, they're an expensive home and that they could pay. And then he also wanted to buy her a car and so many different things. And he would make a down payment right in front of her. She would see him log into his account, make a down payment, but then the rest of the money was yet to come because it was going to be, of course, like we do here, credit, right? And then he will pay installmentally for the car. But then the house never was completely paid for, and they never moved into the house. The car was never completely paid for, and he always wanted her to have big things, a big nice house, a big nice car, and all that. And none of those things came through. And even he would call his sister, his auntie, his this person and that person on the phone, and she would be there, and he'll be having these conversations for a whole hour. He'll be talking to someone. He will
Did
call their
she
office.
did she confirm that there were people on the other side of the line?
That's the thing. So at the end of the day, she now discovered that this guy had lied to her. That all these people. And then there was even a time when she was pregnant and she was having a miscarriage. She was going to the hospital. He said he would send his sister because he was at work. He would send his sister to go and be with her. And she said, "I don't know your sister. She's a stranger, so I'd rather not." You know. So there were all these things that would make her feel like all these people he was talking about were real, the job, the money, the car, everything, that they were all real, but nothing had ever really materialized. So what are the lessons that you feel that all of us can glean from this experience that
No,
she had?
no, no, but basically, what she was trying to say is that this was some high level deceit.
Mm,
This person was not who he said he was at all. Like everything he told
was a
her was a lie,
fabrication.
right? But he did it in such a way that it looked so real. And
Mm,
even though she had nagging thoughts and all that, so he did it in such a way that he did some things right, like paying all the bills. So she
mm,
didn't know how to question, or she doubted herself. But the summary of
exactly.
everything is that there were these high levels of deceit, like saying, okay, we're going to vacation here, and now
Mm,
showing her
mm.
destinations, or going about to look
And
at a
nothing ever
house.
panned out.
Yeah, and
Mm,
nothing ever, but like he had no intention of doing any of those things whatsoever.
He's a
Like
lover
it
mm.
was
boy.
just a
He wanted
lie.
her to
So
drink.
what are the lessons that we can glean from that, from the story?
First of all, the first lesson is don't be carried away by razzmatazz. He's
What is
tall.
what is the
Razzmatazz.
razzmatazz?
He's tall, he's handsome, he's muscular, he's good looking, and then you see him the first day and you go on a date.
Oh, that's basic now.
No,
You go on a date now. Yeah, actually, you shouldn't go on a date if you think someone is attractive. Is that what you're
You go on
saying?
you go on the first
What's
date.
wrong with going on a date?
Okay,
Yeah.
please. Oh wait, you go on the first date. It's not everything you say on the first date too. From the little I heard, that first date at Cheese What Factory, too much disclosure on her part and on his part.
Or like what?
She talked about her ex relationship. She talked about her past relationship. I see, from the little, I can't claim to have listened to the entire 50.
Are you saying that when you meet someone and if people talk about things like that on the first, second day, that's a red flag? Is that
On
what
the
you're saying?
first date? No. On the
Why? What is wrong with that?
No, I can't go deep with you on my first date.
No,
Why?
no, I wouldn't say it's a red flag per se, but it's too early. It's
It's too
No,
early.
no, it's too
no,
early.
I just want
You
you to
don't know
tell
this
us
person.
why. I just want you to tell us why.
Because
It's too
I'm
early. You
just
don't know
trying to
this
get to
person.
know the person.
Okay.
So why should I disclose details about my personal life to that person? And why should I believe that the details the person is disclosing to me about his personal life are true?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you suggest?
You see the
Well,
first date.
but okay, beyond that, well, then they moved in together, and all those things that he told her, all those things
That's
that
what
he
I'm getting to.
disclosed.
The second thing I'm getting to. You move in after 3 weeks. Did you smoke weed? You move in with a man after 3 weeks, and she was saying she hopes her church brethren will not be angry with her. Where is she coming from? How can you trust someone you've only known for 3 weeks to move
Okay,
into
so
a home
let's do
with
it this
you?
way. Let's do it this way. So now let's not talk about her. Let's talk about all of us now. So in a relationship where you've met someone and you've spent 3 weeks, 3 months, and you've seen all the good things about them, 6 months even, 8 months, 9 months, and you've seen all those good things about them.
No, 9 months, 6 months. After 6
Yeah.
months, it's too plenty. What are you saying
It's
again?
too plenty.
Now,
Okay,
after
so
6
you see,
months, it's too plenty.
so what? No. So what are the things that you feel that you need to see about someone for you to feel that you know them on some level?
What do they spend on? You see a man's money? Where a man's money
Yeah, but he
goes.
was spending money on her. He was spending money
Yeah,
on her.
it wasn't only on her then. It wasn't only on her. Ajiri's trying to give a point. Like
Where
you
a man's
asked,
money
yeah.
goes shows his heart.
Okay.
Shows what's important to him.
So what if he's
Shows
spending? What if she or he is spending money on you? Then that makes you feel
Yes,
that you're
that's fine.
important to
So
him.
what else is he spending on apart from you?
you must be observant now. What else is he spending on? You can't be the sole recipient of his entire money. His extra money, what's he doing with it?
So how do you let me rephrase the question. How do you feel? How do you ladies feel?
What does he see? What's
No,
coming
how
out?
do you ladies feel is a way to to maybe at least 70% feel convinced that I do know who this person is? What is it that you need to
The
see?
truth is you can never know somebody finish. The
Yes, but what
truth
is it
is
that you I didn't say
if you
100.
like, see the person daily for 24 hours for 6 months. My dear, the
Okay,
person
I've actually said that this is OBJ that I've set for you.
only know what someone chooses to reveal to you.
I have set an exam for you. When I have something in mind, please mention it.
No, Ajiri was mentioning. Ajiri said to check
You
what
only
he
know
spends
what the
on.
person wants you to know.
No, Ajiri, you were going somewhere though.
No. Yeah, that's true, but
You were
there's
going
more
somewhere.
that we can do.
What does the person say?
To
What
who?
is
To
coming
you
out of the person
when you are talking.
not just when you're talking, in life generally. There are certain movies that you should watch with whoever you're dating to know his thinking, to know his mentality.
If you ask me, I think that one of the biggest things that we miss is seeing that person's interactions and reactions with other people.
You
Other
claim
people, the other people in their
that
life.
he's talking to his sisters and his mother and all that on the phone. One red flag is that you are dating someone, you actually got pregnant for the person. You've not met his sister, you've not met his mother, you've not met his family. You are.
No, the guy was having
in fact,
hour-long
you're
conversations
nothing to
by
him.
himself on the phone. So I'm thinking that, you know what, even in real life, even if really, really, I say in real life, even if really, really he was having those conversations with a real sister and a real
And they cannot ask, can I speak with
relative.
your girlfriend, the mother of your child, your baby mama?
I
In
think
all the
that one of the
conversations, they
favors
never
that we
ask
can
for
do
you.
ourselves, one of the favors that we can do ourselves is to not just rely on what we know about the person between the two of us, right? It's to see this person, hear about, see them with their friends and family, other people. Other people have to be involved. See how they react and how they respond to things that are
You
happening with
must
other
watch
people in
out
their
for
lives.
how he treats his mother, how he treats his siblings,
What about the
how he.
woman? Let's stop doing he because
Okay,
yeah.
for a man, something you should watch out for in a lady. How does she treat people that are less than her? People that are subservient
It's
to
the same
her.
thing for both now. It's the same thing for both. It's not just for a
So
lady.
both for men and for women. I heard that there's a guy that was engaged to a girl. They had printed card, oh. There's fixed wedding date too. Everything was set. Everything about this girl ticked out, marked out. But the day he came to her home and observed how she spoke to the driver, that was it for the guy. That did it. That was
Yeah,
it. He was like, I cannot marry this person.
exactly. Exactly.
Something,
If we're spending time with
something as
someone,
something that may seem as little as how you spoke to the driver. I
yeah.
was listening to Pastor Odukoya, Jimmy Odukoya, the one that took over from his father. I
Hmm.
was listening to he and his wife's interview some years ago. And what did the woman say? The lady. She said she was looking out to see if he was kind. And what were the things she was looking out for? She was looking out for how he treated the waiter
His
in the restaurant.
interactions with the staff.
She was looking for how he treated the waiter in the restaurant, how he treated the person that opens the door for you in the
But you know, as we're
restaurant.
saying these things, and some people are going to adopt these things when they are with the person that they are interested in. They're going to be so kind to those
And we're
people
giving
that are
them
serving them.
exclusive, we're giving
Kindness
them
is not something you can
expo.
fake.
You cannot fake
It's not something you
it.
can fake.
Uzoma, no
You
matter how you
fake
try
one,
to
you fake
fake,
it today, you can't
yeah,
fake it
no
tomorrow.
matter how you try to
Right.
fake kindness, no
So
matter
so
how you
so so now
try to
how
fake
so can you sum
niceness,
up
you're
what you're saying then? So can we sum
what
up
I'm saying
what we're
is that
trying
in
to
the person's daily interactions, in the things the person does on a daily basis, the rather mundane,
So
inconsequential,
can we say it is
irrelevant things,
unsafe?
you
Can we
know who
say
the
it is
person is.
unsafe? It's unsafe to feel like you know someone if you haven't seen enough of them and other people and events and things happening, things going wrong, maybe them planning something and they get to the airport and then things happen this way, or they get to the hotel and or things happening with their friends and family. Can we say that it's actually unsafe to feel like you know this person when you haven't seen their interactions and reactions, responses to things? Can we
It's
say that?
always good. One thing you should always be able to. I mean, I'm not saying you should trigger things that will make someone angry, oh, but once in a while, I say, babe, even if you don't mean
Even as
to
a man,
do, and as a man too, do something that you know will trigger a reaction, and look out for the reaction.
you're saying that we should test people like that.
Yes, I'm saying you should test. I'm saying it with
Is
my
that
full
fair?
chest.
No,
Test that
it's not
person.
really fair. No, because you know
It
why
is
I'm
very
no
fair
no no
because you're
that's actually a
safeguarding.
little.
You're safeguarding your future. Oh.
Why don't you say put it in context? Because it's a good thing, but if you don't put it in context, we are going to misuse it. Because if I just test someone and sometimes someone might do something and I'll know this person is surely just testing me. Is he crazy? Do you understand? But so what you're saying is when something happens, when something has actually happened and you're responding to it, use that opportunity, right? But not that you just fabricate something, because I will see through it. And if I think you're testing me, I'm going to think something is wrong with you.
Have you
So
watched
my reaction may not be my
have you
reaction
watched
may not
that
be my
film? That one that Kate Hudson and Montgomery, as in when she said that she can make a guy fall for her or something in 10 days, or make a guy hit her in 10 days or something like that.
I think
As
I
in,
remember. I
yeah,
think I
very old film, very old movie. But what was the lesson? She did things consciously to trigger him. For
That's a
instance,
movie. Oh, that's a movie. What do you think, Onye? What do you
No,
think?
I don't have, you know what I tell people? I don't have any problem with tests.
Hmm.
Feel free to test me.
Hmm.
If it's something that I will pass, if it's a
Hmm.
characteristic that I have that is good, it's there. If it's something that I will fail with flying colors. Feel free to
Mm-hmm.
test me. I tell
Mm-hmm.
people like when people say they are testing you to see if you are homely or all that, I am not homely. I
Yeah.
will fail with flying colors.
Oh,
So
those
I
types
always
of
tell
that
people,
type
feel
of test.
free. Yeah,
Oh, that type
feel
of
free to
test.
test me. Yeah, or
Yeah.
those types of petty tests you hear about on social media. No, I've
But at
been
the
with
end of the
someone
And
who
you
day,
also
said,
want to test if the person has a temper.
yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. So I really have nothing against tests,
And how
really.
the person reacts when they're angry. It is
yeah, but
very,
you
very
had better be testing me
necessary.
on something that makes sense, because
It's
if you
very
just do something
necessary
out of
to
the blue, I'll begin to question
push.
your sanity.
It's very necessary to push someone's buttons to see their reaction when
When
they're
the
angry.
opportunity presents itself. But you see, what a lot of us do is we don't want to show anger. We don't want to show we're upset. We don't want to upset that person. We don't want to rock the boat. And that in itself is a very bad recipe for a relationship. That's what I think. When we don't want to rock the boat, because the person also knows they're human being. They know that I have messed up, I've done something stupid. But when you keep quiet, in fact, I think you actually make yourself somebody that cannot even be trusted, because the person knows a normal human being is supposed to respond and react to this thing that's happened. So you're keeping quiet, thinking, I want to keep quiet so that the person doesn't feel I'm upset. So I don't upset the person who has already upset you, so that things will go smoothly. Why do we want something to go smoothly with someone with whom it's not going smoothly? Isn't that a question that we should be asking? Because what we're doing is that we're setting ourselves up. We're setting ourselves, then tomorrow you come back and start complaining about those things that they were already doing that you're upset about. I think at that moment you lose the
First of all,
license. You lose the
first of
license for
all,
those complaints.
when you're in a relationship, when you're not comfortable enough to be yourself, red flag number one. Number
Mhm.
two, when
Exactly.
you're in a relationship and you are acting a part because you feel that's what the person wants. Red flag number
We're
two.
setting ourselves up.
Red flag number three, when you're in a relationship and you're walking on eggshells, hmm, you refuse to address issues. You keep sweeping them under the carpets, sweeping them under the
I think at that
carpets.
moment you can't even
The
blame that other
day,
person.
the
You
day
can't blame them.
the day either you or the other person who is sweeping things under the carpet implodes.
Anything can happen too. That's how
I
people get
Why
have
do you
murdered.
a
think people?
personal experience to
Why
share.
do you think they're romantic killings?
That's
Why
how
do you
people get
think
murdered.
people who are so in love get? Why do you think people murder
No,
each
don't
other?
call them people who are so in love, because that is not love. That is some stupidity
Okay.
and
Why do you
obsession.
think? Okay, why
Because
do you think there's killing? That lady in Diamond Estate some years ago, she's in Kirikiri prison, that killed her husband. After killing him, cut off his genitalia and put it as a
mm,
trophy. Do you know what got her there? Do you know what got her there?
well, I
Do you
don't know
know?
if it was something that was
No,
continuous
no.
at
Do you know
at the
how
beginning.
much? Do you know when you pile up things in your heart?
Oh, okay,
When
yeah.
you pile up
When you
anger,
implode and explode.
when you pile up bitterness, when you
Trying to gently to take us back to where we're coming from, right?
Yeah.
So we were talking about testing, and really it can go both ways. So I was once with someone who, according to him, he tested me on
and
two
what?
occasions. Until honestly, I don't even know. He said he wanted to see my reactions on something, and then he expected me to flare up, and I didn't.
Mm.
Right? While we were together, he saw it as, oh, this person is calm. Oh, wow,
Hmm.
is this all she did? Wow, this person is calm. But we didn't work out, and when and when we broke up, he accused me of not loving him enough, because in his opinion, if I
You
loved
didn't
him
fail.
enough, I wouldn't have been that calm. I
Oh no,
wouldn't have
Exactly.
you always get that other end of the stick where the guy
I,
says, if you really loved
I
me,
wouldn't
you could
have
have reacted.
Exactly.
yeah,
You
That's why
saw
we
me
say
with
always
another
be
woman.
yourself.
You saw me with
That's why we
another
say
woman and you did not react.
that's why we say always be
exactly.
yourself. Because you never know what it is that the other person is actually even looking out for. And you
And
may go
that's
and
why I
show
said I
them.
don't care about
Yeah.
text. Go ahead. They want to pass, I'll pass. They want to fail,
Yeah.
I'll fail with flying
No, but
colors. Like
no,
it's really
I
not
think
an
that
invitation.
if you talk about that testing and you don't put it in context, I think it can be dangerous, because if you're fabricating something, it's something that's not natural. It doesn't have a natural progression. So where it's coming from, the person that you're testing might not have seen enough for them to give you the reaction that they would have given you if they had seen the proper thing that would have led to it. That's where I have a problem with. But I don't have a problem with testing itself, but I have a problem with testing just out of the blue. You will always have opportunity to test. When something happens, then use that opportunity to test. Not that you're gonna fabricate something that's unreal. So,
Remember
But
we
what if
got
the
to
person
testing.
just keeps being nice, being nice, being nice, and
huh?
what if the person carries on for maybe you're in a relationship for 4 months and the person
Yeah.
does not show you his true side? You get to check now. 4 months, person has
Doesn't show
not shown
you his
you.
true side.
The person has
Are
not
you
shown you the
saying,
other
is
side
it
of the
possible to
person.
be living for 4 months and things will not happen? Nothing will happen
It
outside
is
of the two of you?
possible, though. People can act film for 4 months, so people can act for 6
No,
months.
no,
So.
no, no. I mean like other things, like incidents, other things. We are living in the world now. You're not living in a cocoon. You're living in the world. There will always be something that will, show you. The other person will have an opportunity to express themselves, their dissatisfaction with something. If those opportunities have come and the person hasn't expressed any satisfaction, then even if they're really, some people are really just people pleasers. They may not be pretending because they want to deceive you. They may just be pretending because they're never people who want to show themselves as roughing the feather. They
And
always want to appear nice and calm.
some people are very calculating and manipulative, and they know
Mm.
exactly what they're doing because they just want you to marry them. They will do everything right
Well,
till
that's
you
that's
enter their
that's that's okay
till you
because
enter
we're
their
all
home.
deceiving ourselves. Because when I do that, at the end of the day, I'm going to get someone who is not prepared for what I'm going to unleash on them later, and then they are still going to be the ones who will be unsatisfied. So you will reap what you sow. You reap what you sow, right?
So there were so many instances, people listening. And there were so many instances where people would say, how on earth could she have missed this indicator? Like telling her that I think he said he was a VP or a regional manager. And she mentioned that she did observe that when he was going to work, he was dressed sort of casually, certainly
Yeah,
not like a VP. So, and
yeah.
I'm asking, someone says they are a VP or a regional manager. I don't
Yeah.
know. We have phones, we have smartphones. There is LinkedIn, there is Google. It just takes one Google check. How
Right.
difficult is this? And also
Right.
when he said he was in the process of purchasing one property and that they were closing, he would start these things and it just kept drawing out.
You
And
started
then
and
she
then sorry will
went
start.
on she
Yeah.
went on realtor.com and
And
she
sorry, the
called the
house has
realtor
been
and they
sold
said it was
already.
already sold. I said,
Yes,
it
yes.
took you 3 months to pick your phone and go on
Yeah.
realtor.com.
So she was saying that she saw all those
And
things.
yeah,
I
she
think
saw,
the problem
but
here
there
is
was a statement she made that I had. She said, she said she had grown up on, is it social security or welfare? So she grew up on maybe a background of lack and all that, maybe
okay.
bad relationships and all that. There was a
Okay.
statement she made that even though she saw those things, she said
Yeah.
she really wanted it to be her turn. Okay,
Right.
but by that she means she really wanted this man to be him. You know how, especially in church, we'll be praying, let my own happen. God will visit you and bring you your man.
Mhm.
And she
Yeah, yeah.
she really wanted this person to be her man. She said she wanted it to be her turn.
That's
Wanted it
because
to
she
be
had
her
already done all
turn.
those things. And she
Yeah,
had
she
already
wanted it to
given.
be her turn to have a man who spent on her, to have a man who bought her property, to have a man who bought her. What what's this car that they went to check out that test
BM, it
drive?
was a
Yeah,
BMW.
she said she wanted it. She really wanted it to be her turn. She thought that finally it was happening for her. She really wanted that to
The
be
But there were two
Lord
true.
things happening
remembered
there.
me.
There were two things happening there. She was seeing reality, but she was deciding to accept the potential and the possibilities, even though she was seeing the right. The reality wasn't matching up with
She
what she
was holding
wanted.
on to hope, and
What she
also
wanted.
yeah,
Yeah. So it
she was
was
holding
so
on to. I think it was just all an illusion. She
there,
knew it wasn't true, but she was holding on to it.
that's it. There are two things. It's what Ajiri said, whatever you're seeing now is what it is. And because she was hoping on what will be happening soon instead of accepting what was happening now. And then the second one is what have you heard about the sunk cost fallacy? Like when you've put so much into something, because she met this guy, they moved in together, she's pregnant, she's already been sleeping with him, she's already pregnant and all that. She believes that they've already tried so many things together, and she wants all those things to now not be true, all those bad things that she felt she'd already all the investment she wanted. In fact, is that she wanted a return on her investment, right? So she had already that's the sunk cost fallacy. When you've already put in so much, and it's you don't want to accept it as it is sunk cost, it's lost. You want a return on your investment, so you continue to hope against it, even though you are seeing. And I think that's something that can happen to any of us. How about we normalize accepting that I made a mistake. No, I've been stupid. I've been foolish. Ah, no,
Mhm.
no, no, no. let me just erase this thing and start all over, because otherwise, if I continue going, I'm going to be in quicksand. That's what it's going to be. It's like being in quicksand. You know you're drowning, but you keep on trying.
Then I want to talk just briefly about Davido's guy, Israel, who tells Daddy Freeze that he wanted to settle down in life. He felt it was time to marry, so he
Mm,
went to the church. You see, the
yeah,
same way he went to church with the intention of finding a church girl to marry, that same
yeah,
way the girl went to church with the intention of finding a church boy to marry. I keep
yeah.
telling people it's not everybody in church that is well, oh. It's not everybody in church that has healed, oh. It's
Thank
a
you for
clinic,
going
oh.
back to that.
It's a hospital, oh, it's a clinic, oh, they're okay for treatment, oh.
Thank you for
Some are
going
still
back to
reflect,
that.
some of them are meant to be going for surgery in that church, oh. So
Right.
you now go and enter church and you decide that I want a church girl. The same way the girl enter church, she wants a church boy.
I'm going to look at, even if I say, yeah, I'm a Christian, I want a Christian. Beyond that, we still need to focus on that individual, because some of those people that call themselves pastors, you know that they're killing people and burying skulls under their houses. They're
Oh
not
yes,
necessarily, they're not a pastor.
there's so much
They're not,
evidence of that.
yeah, so it's the
A lot of
person.
a lot of altars, I'm sorry to say, are desecrated.
My
Children's
sister's
skulls have
closest
been
friend
buried under there.
married this man who said he was a pastor. And then when he came abroad, she saw that this man is not even a Christian. He was using her everything, her house, her car, everything, and he was going out and coming back late, using her money and everything. So anybody can claim to be anything. So it's the individual that we need to focus on. It's a little bit of laziness on our part that we don't want to do that mental work.
I stumbled into something, a message. Some people, they might not like this man of God, or they might not listen to him. So I won't mention the name of the man of God, but I just want to say what he said. He said that there are a lot of people that he has
That he
told.
told not to marry. I saw that thing.
I thought I was
That's a fact. But it's a fact
but
too.
he came out and said that there are a lot of people that he has actually carried out the word. He has joined them in marriage,
And he
but
had
those
told them
people
not
he
to.
told them ahead of time that they shouldn't
Yeah.
marry.
Okay, let's
Together
talk about
will
that in
form
the
a
next one.
formidable force.
All right, that's going to come up in. I don't think we're going to finish everything you have, but let's end this and talk. Let's go into, do men also marry up? Let's talk about that. Okay.